Welcome back to Cool Rides of New England. Today we're taking a look at some of the cars from the RAVE Car Show in Rutland, Vermont. This is going to be one of 7 videos, so if you don't see your car, be patient. I got everything that I could there, and I hope you guys all enjoy. We start out looking at the C6 convertible, very nicely dressed up, LS2, 400 horsepower. I love the flames on the top of the hood there. Lots of chrome on this car. That red color is absolutely gorgeous. Very nice example of a C6 Corvette. Next up, we've got a couple of RT Challengers. I am 90% sure I'd take these guys up at Cars and Coffee. If I didn't, I'm sorry guys that I didn't go further into these cars, but there's a lot of Challengers there, and these are just 2 of them. And now we're gonna switch over to very quickly to a Fox Body Mustang. I didn't hang around much there because the person was still getting out of the car. Now we're looking at a 1964 Chevelle Malibu, or it's a Malibu SS. Gotta wait and see the. No, it wasn't an SS, but it was a Chevelle. It's a 4-door. This is for sale. You saw the tag on the window. Give these people a call if you want a 64 Chevelle. And most of these cars that we're looking at now are in the car corral. This one happened to be not for sale, but it was brought by the owner. It's a really nice Model A 1-ton pickup truck. And now we've got a 1954 Ford Crestline Skyliner. This was a 1-year only model, and it's really cool because the whole roof over the driver's compartment is a big piece of glass. Pretty rare car. They didn't make a ton of them. That one was also for sale. We got a Gen 5 Camaro SS. Wasn't open much to be able to see if they've done any modifications under the hood or anything, but really nice car. I like the white with the red stripes. This is a 58 Chevy Apache. I didn't go a whole lot of detail with this one because this was at the Relay for Life car show. So if you want to look at some more, it is also in that video. One of those 3 videos. I believe it's the second video. But a cool truck, no doubt. Parked next to it is an 89 Subaru XT6. In the Relay for Life, there's a car just like it. It's a silver, but it was just the XT. The XT6 had a boxer 6-cylinder boxer engine rather than the 4-cylinder that most Subarus have, which made this car a little bit more peppy than the average Subaru XT. And now we're looking at a 65 Pontiac Grand Prix. A lot different than any Grand Prix that of the newer ones. This is a proper boat, and it is absolutely beautiful. Proper bucket seats. do believe for this year the Grand Prix was a standalone model. I think in the older 64 and older Grand Prix was an option package on the car. If anybody knows differently, please correct me if I'm wrong. Here we got another Gen 5 Camaro SS. They took out the side windows there, which is very interesting because these cars generally have very poor visibility in the back, so taking out those windows can't make it any better. This does have an aftermarket cold air intake on it. Very nice engine. I'm a big fan of the LS3s. Mean looking car in black. And here's a 2010 Gen 5 Camaro SS. This is properly modified. A lot of money and time has been put into this car. Let's check out the under the hood. That is very, very nicely done. You can see here shortly. They even did the Lambo doors on it. I love the rims. Very cool. Nearly hit my head on that door. I wasn't used to the whole Lambo door thing. But the theme also goes from under the hood, goes right in here with all the gold. And as you can see from those amps in there, nice big speakers in the back. '68 Cougar. The Cougars were, as most people may know, or if you don't, on the same chassis as the Mustangs. A little bit more luxurious. I'm always a huge fan of the Cougars. I love the hideaway headlights that it had. I think it had better body lines, and they're not as common as the Mustangs. So I like the little more exclusivity. Yeah, can't speak today. I'm talking with this gentleman. He said he's had it at multiple car shows and never gets the love. But I do remember seeing that he did win some sort of prize. I didn't get to see exactly what it was, but he did win, and this is an absolutely beautiful car. Said he got this mostly finished, I do believe, and he did some work on it. Here's another modern Challenger. I believe this is also an RT. These cars, the new Camaros and the Mustangs, definitely revived a lot of life into the muscle car genre nowadays. And very nice cars. Now we have a 66 Charger. This is the body style. It's made famous by Richard Petty, the king of NASCAR. He drove these cars back in the 60s before the big Daytona, big wing cars came out. This is a really nice, nicely restored car. I love this, how the console goes all the way into the back. So this is a 4-seat only, which most cars were, big, cars like this were, but they only had some sort of seat or cushioning to make it look like it could have another seat. And these cars were purposely built with that swooping roof line to help it in NASCAR. Back then, these cars were made to race on Sunday, sell on Monday. Now we're looking at a 74 Charger SE. The SEs were a little bit more luxurious than the others. And I can tell you how far these cars changed style-wise from 66 to 74. Here we have a 70 Olds Cutlass Supreme. This is a convertible model. This car was also for sale. You'll see the sign in there in a minute. This is definitely a car that needs a little work, but definitely is going to make somebody a awesome muscle car. I would love to have this car myself. I've got lots of memories of Cutlasses. This is a really nice car for whoever ends up buying it. We're looking at a 66 Pontiac GTO. GTO is a car that started the muscle car craze. We wouldn't have the cars we see now, like the Mustangs and the Camaros and the Challengers, and without this car. We started in '63, I believe it was, and it opened that whole new genre of car. It's probably a 4-speed car. Love back in the days when you only had lap belts all the way around. Tack on the hood. This car looks amazing in black. I have a Corvair Corsa. This is a 65, 66, somewhere in there car. Corvairs were, I want to say they're the Chevy's answer to the Bug, but they had a lot of features similar. Rear engine, air cooled. This was a boxer engine, kind of like what was in the Subaru, but this is an air cooled. These cars were killed off 66, I believe was the last year of them, and that was all because of Ralph Nader calling them unsafe at any speed. Now we're looking at a 1937 Chevy pickup truck. Talked with a gentleman that owns this and has been building it. He's owned the truck for 14 years. He's been working on it for 14 years. Still not quite finished after 14 years. He bought this thing as a basket case. Literally, the truck came in boxes. They were pulling the cab, I think he said, came out of the basement of the gentleman that he got the car from. He went back a few years later because the guy said he was never going to get the car running, and he took it back a few years ago to show the guy, and he's still finding parts for the truck in his front yard and all around. So a great story on this truck. If you ever get the chance to see this, ask the owner about it. It's really a riot. All right, thank you for watching video 1 of 7 for RAVE show. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget that we are also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe, send it out to your friends, let them know all about it, and we'll see you in the next video.